The phone buzzed in my hand, but it wasn't the alert that made my pulse quicken. It was the realization of what I was about to do. Every instinct screamed at me to stop. Yet, I found myself holding the hotel key card, sliding it into the lock, and pushing the door open. The moment the door swung wide, my entire body froze. There, standing by the window, was my husband. It all began about 6 weeks ago. Marcus and I had been married for nearly a decade. On the outside, our life looked stable, perfect even. Friends envied our routine, our steady existence. But that very predictability had become a prison. Days blurred into each other. Work, dinner, bed. The spark that had once made my heart race was long gone, replaced by quiet resignation. I tried to convince myself it was temporary, that we were just in a lull. Then Julian appeared. He was from the marketing agency our company had hired for a campaign. Unlike anyone I'd met recently, he made me feel noticed. When he spoke, he actually looked at me, not past me. At first, it was harmless. Brief exchanges after meetings, casual conversations during coffee breaks, but it quickly became something more. My heart began to respond to the attention I hadn't realized I craved. Late-night messages followed. I told myself I was just being friendly. I lied to myself every time. The first time he kissed me, I nearly collapsed. It happened in his car after everyone else had left. We were laughing, leaning closer than we should have, and then the inevitable happened. Our lips met. My chest tightened. "I'm married," I whispered, pulling back. He didn't flinch. He simply said, "So am I." Silence followed, heavy with the weight of what we had done. I should have walked away then, but I didn't. Week after week, we found excuses to meet. Different locations, same charged energy. I convinced myself I only needed to understand the pull I felt toward him. Yet, it was clear we were already entangled. One evening, after Marcus had gone to bed, I stood in the kitchen, phone and hand trembling. Julian's latest message glowed on the screen. "Let's meet just to talk." I typed no, deleted it, then typed OK. The hotel booking was impulsive. I told Marcus I had a work dinner downtown. He barely glanced up from his laptop, giving me no reason to second-guess my deception. Part of me wanted him to notice, to see the lie in my eyes, but he remained oblivious. The hotel was intimate, designed for discretion. Velvet armchairs, dim lighting, soft shadows, the kind of place where secrets thrived. My hands shook as I rode the elevator to the 7th floor. I murmured to myself that I wouldn't cross any lines, that it was only a conversation. But the moment I pushed open room 712, everything changed. It wasn't Julian who greeted me. It was Marcus. Calm, unshaken, his eyes cutting straight through me. My chest constricted. "What? What are you doing here?" I stammered. He didn't answer immediately. Instead, he gestured for me to sit. "I've been watching," he said finally, his voice quiet but steady. "Not in person, not directly online. I saw the messages, the booking. I wanted to see if you'd actually go through with it." My entire body went numb. Marcus, I didn't." I faltered. "You did?" He interrupted softly. I sank into the chair, my knees failing me. Guilt, fear, shame. They all collided into a tight knot in my chest. He instructed me to speak the truth. And so I did. I confessed everything. My feelings of invisibility, the way Julian had made me feel alive, the lies I had told myself, even the desires I had barely acted on. Marcus listened silently, absorbing each word. When I finished, he rose, walked to the door, and said simply, "I'm not leaving." "You are." It was a moment of crushing clarity. I hadn't come to a hotel for a casual chat. I had come to expose my own betrayals, to confess to my sins, and the confessor was my husband. Marcus disappeared for 3 days, staying with a friend. I stayed home, drowning in my own remorse. When he returned, he carried a new resolve, a harder edge. "I spoke to Julian's wife," he said casually. My stomach lurched. "You what?" I could barely form the words. She deserved to know, he said. I had no argument, no defense. He was right. I don't know if I want to stay married to you, he said quietly. But he wasn't making a decision yet. Instead, he set boundaries. Therapy, complete transparency, no contact with Julian, access to phones and passwords, regular check-ins. It felt humiliating, unbearable even. But I agreed. I still loved him. I had already shattered too much to walk away. Counseling was brutal. We unearthed everything we had buried over the years. The silence, the emotional distance, the ways we had stopped investing in each other. Through tears, I admitted. I thought you didn't love me anymore. He looked at me for a long moment before saying, I didn't know how to show it, but I never stopped. Julian reached out once more, a single message from an unfamiliar number. I miss you. I'm sorry. I blocked him immediately, refusing to engage. 8 months have passed since that night. Marcus and I are still together, still navigating the delicate process of rediscovering one another. Some days feel like we're strangers learning to love, while others echo the old familiarity. We leave notes for each other in the bathroom, tiny reminders that love, though fractured, can endure. I told Marcus I may never forgive myself for what I almost did. He shook his head gently. I'm not asking you to forgive yourself. Just don't forget it. And I haven't. Not for a moment. I never could have imagined walking into that hotel room only to confront my own truths and find my husband waiting there, unwavering, ready to salvage what we both nearly destroyed.